Alright, well, since I got the motor pretty well straightened out, let's move on to the deck. First of all, this bracket here, which goes up to here, is supposed to have a spring attached to it, which is kind of hard to see, but it's laying there. And the end of it is broke, so I need to get that spring off and figure some way of reattaching it to here. And the same thing over on the other side. That spring is broke off of this bracket also, which the spring is laying there, just not attached. So I think the easiest thing is going to be to take the tire off. That's just lug nuts. That'll give me room to get to the spring, so I can figure out how to reattach it. Tire is off. That was easy to do. Just got some normal lug nuts holding it on. So now we can see what we're doing here. Here's the spring. As you can see, the end of it is broke off. It's wedged up in here. This bracket is supposed to move, but it's seized on right here, so I need to pop this C-clip off and see if I can get that removed and get that all cleaned up so that it moves. At least it didn't go shooting across the shop. That might be fun. I'd have to get some penetrating lube on this. Let's get some of that and try it. Ooh, maybe not. That might have to sit on there and that really could use a grease zerk. Trying to get the, there it goes. Here's the end of the spring, which goes on something like that. I'll have to figure, might have to heat the spring up and stretch this out and just make a new end for it. Which that's got a bolt holding it on back here. see if I can get this spring removed. Oh, well, that wasn't too bad. It just has a threaded end. It has this long bolt which threads into it. I guess it can give it some adjustment. But now we got the spring off. Let's go see if we can heat this up and stretch it out and make a new end for it. Yeah, that worked out pretty good. Just took my torch and heated it up and bent it around. That ought to hook right in there. Works for me anyway. Get this reattached. I'm sure I'll have to readjust this bolt now that the spring is a little bit shorter. But there's still like at least an inch, inch and a half of room here to play with, if not more. Better not go too far because I gotta get this loosened up and bent backwards, or moved backwards anyway, if I can get it to come loose. Might have to heat the joint up. Or I could try putting the jack under here and just seeing if I can do it that way. See if my bottle jack's going to do any good. Oh, that's got it wiggling. Not that far. Let's move it up and down, see if it'll help it any. Of course, that spring's gonna have to go stretch quite a bit. You know, I think the deck is what's stopping it from going any farther now, because it's attached to it right here. Let me unhook the deck. And see if that helps any. Where's the pin at? Let me just undo this bolt. Might be the easier thing to do. Maybe, maybe not. Seems like a pretty lame little bolt here for holding that much weight. I might replace that. And now my jack won't go high enough. I imagine that. What a surprise. Thing's junk anyway. Well, that's as far as that's going to go. Is it enough? Pretty close. Pretty close, pretty close. I can make it close. I'll just unthread this bolt some. Got to get that hooked onto that. Let me see if I got another pin. That works. I had a couple of these cotter pins, or these pins stuck in there. Way better than this cheap little bolt. It'd probably end up breaking. I got that on. I need to get this washer and clip put back on so that I don't forget these. Make sure I don't go shooting across the garage. That works. Now, I need to take a look at the manual that I got with it, and it shows you how you can adjust that, so take a look at that and figure it out. I'm pretty sure I got it adjusted right. The book said lower it down to the lowest setting with that lever, and then measure the height. Should be level. If it's not, then you just tighten that bolt to pull on the spring to get it level, and then tighten up the lock bolt right there, and you should be good. We'll try it anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and get the tire put back on, do the same thing with the other side because that spring is broke, and then we'll move on to sharpening the blades. So I'm getting the blade sharpened. This deck is so freaking heavy, I use my jack to lift it up. Otherwise it's going to break your back. Let me take a look under here what's going on. It's got 3 blades. I've already did the 2 over there. I'm getting ready to take this one off. She's a little crusty looking under here, but give it a good cleaning. This is a good solid heavy deck, that's for sure. These are 3/4 inch. It takes a 3/4 inch socket to get them to come loose. So I'll get this one off and bring you back. Alright, we got the blades all sharpened. All the grease zerks have been greased up. Got some more fresh gas in the tank. Got the oil changed and the filter. So let's go give this a try and see how it's going to mow. That mows pretty good. Not too bad, actually. Looks like it's nice and level. Blows the grass out. Kind of decent. I'm happy with it. Well, that did pretty good. Not too hard to run it.